Hi, guys, and welcome to the Hunter's Mindset episode 6, take 2. It's quite ironic that yesterday I did this Hunter's Mindset episode and it was on noise. And after I finished the recording, there was a massive noise in the background. So I decided to do this over. And so basically, in the previous episodes, we talked about dealing with trauma. This guy this doesn't want to align right. Let's put it there. Um, and how to unfuck yourself and fixing your negative mindsets and how to plan properly for your future. And now, once again, it's time to get practical. Let's put all we've learned into building a better future for ourselves. And let's talk about making life simpler. And today, I want to talk about noise in our lives. It's everywhere. And noise to me is the number one productivity killer. And I define noise as all those internal and external factors that basically makes life complex and removes your focus from the work that needs to be done. Things like all those dings and dongs and notifications on your phones and um, email subscriptions that keep popping up and taking you down a rabbit hole and clickbait and clicking here and clicking there and politics and weather patterns and cooking food and unnecessary chores that you could probably outsource or delegate or give to somebody else to do. All these unnecessary things that we do, decisions that we make about what to wear in the mornings, things like that. All of this I define as noise, and I'll explain to you exactly why. Why should we eliminate noise? Because we only have a certain amount of bandwidth for decision making. And for every one of those decisions that you make, it basically flattens that decision battery. And it basically removes focus and increases the time that it takes to get work done. My decision battery is best in the mornings. So that's why I have meetings and important decision making tasks early in the mornings. In the afternoons, sorry, the other way around. The stuff that takes decisions and the hard thinking and the hard graph I do in the mornings and the meetings I have in the afternoons. Because after 2, 3, my batteries are flat. My decision-making batteries are flat. And when you're in a strategic position, take, for example, somebody like Jeff Bezos, one decision could cost him millions or even billions of dollars. So he needs to have that noise eliminated. And here's an important thing that I want to say. We should eliminate noise. This thing just doesn't want to get out of the way. Next time I'm going to remove that. Why should we eliminate noise? Because we need time to work on our goals and we need actions, things that we need to do to get to our goals. And actions require energy and time. And noise reduces that energy and time. And I always say, pick your battles. Pick the battles that you could win. Why have all these distractions? Why have all these things that takes your attention off your primary goals and the things that you need to do every day to get to those goals? If you're an alcoholic, don't mix, and you want to stop drinking, don't mix with people that drink, and don't have alcohol in your house. And if you have big visions and goals for your life, eliminate all the things that tend to take you away from achieving those goals of yours. So how do we deal with noise? The first thing that I do is I define it, and I think, is this something that is beyond my control or within my control? And things that are beyond my control are things like the weather and thunderstorms. Now, you might think that trivial. In my industry, it's not. techCONNECT, a thunderstorm could mean that one of our towers go down, and that really, really bothers me. It's something that nags at me. And things like politics and sports, I don't obsess over that. Family tragedies, I can't do anything about that. The war in Ukraine, I can't do anything about. The economy, and I can go on and on and on. And that stuff that's beyond my control. Stuff that's within my control is like my social media browsing habits and my phone notifications and um, chores, things that I need to do, mundane things, what decisions on what I need to wear today. If I'm constantly interrupted by friends, colleagues, or staff, um, prepping for food, preparing food, cooking food, shopping for the food, um, those types of things is within my control and I can do something about that. And then how do I go about fixing this? Is things that are beyond my control. I write down my little daily planner. Um, if you remember in the previous episodes, it was that GWITN Alex Charfen method of planning. The very last one is N for noise. I write down the noise, I acknowledge it, and I forget about it, and I stop obsessing about it. It's raining outside, thunder is striking, can't do anything about it. I just leave it. Things that are within my control, I eliminate. And I'm ruthless about those things. If a new newsletter pops up in my inbox, I just unsubscribe immediately. And these things should not take control of my life. And I'm really, really, really ruthless. Things that I must have on my phone, like if I want to edit my TikTok videos, I've got TikTok on here, but that's under a folder called wasting time. You won't be able to see it, but it's called wasting time over there. And I know that I need to have a squiz at it every now and again, but notifications are turned off, and I look at it and I see the views on the videos, and that's it. So I'm really ruthless about eliminating the things that is within my control. And then how do we eliminate this noise? I just kind of basically gave you a summary. I disable all notifications on my phone. I use this the different modes on the iPhone. The do not disturb mode is on now, and it'll be on for the next 2 hours because I've got deep, important work to do. I uninstall apps that I don't use or time wasters. Facebook's not on my phone, and all the notifications are turned off except for the important ones. There are important ones. I need to know, for example, if our towers go down or if a client started chatting to us on our chat app, and I see those notifications. And then once I'm happy that I have somebody that'll take that over from me, I'll start delegating and I'll remove that from my phone as well. And then I also suggest that you have a look at the average money that you earn per hour and work out that if the task that you're doing now is could be outsourced or delegated to somebody, that and it could be done for less than your hourly rate is, outsource it. Pay someone to do the chores like gardening or shopping, etc. And if you must simply eliminate certain chores from your life and go monk mode. I know of guys that maintaining their houses and their homes and the swimming pools and stuff were too much for them, and they just sold it and moved into a townhouse, and somebody mows the lawn for them and somebody looks after the swimming pool for them. So that's something that I'd suggest that you do. And then in terms of clothing, once again, it's another decision that we need to make. I just try and keep it simple. One pair of boots, one pair of sneakers or tackies, 6 pairs of socks, underwear, and 4 jeans, and a bunch of branded t-shirts, and maybe 1 or 2 flannels or shirts that I wear if it's a formal occasion, like, formal occasions. So guys like Alex Hormozy and Cook and Steve Jobs from Alan Cook and Steve Jobs from Apple. If you have a look at their clothing and the things they wear the same thing every day. They wear something that's functional, something that they can wear in different occasions, and that just minimizes the amount of decision making that they need to take in their lives. And honestly, guys, just keep your life simple. Don't complicate things. And then also, if you constantly interrupted at and you don't have a private office where you can close and lock the door, here's a tip: get an orange cone. You know these builder's cones? Get one of those, put it in front of your chair or on your table, and if somebody sees that orange cone, they know there's going to be hell to pay if they interrupt you. They must leave you alone because people tend to chit chat and quickly interrupt and quickly make small talk. You know this thing about managers that manage by walking around. You know how detrimental that is to your staff if you constantly interrupt them. How's your day? How's things going? Are you coping, etc.? They're probably doing some deep work, important work, and I've interrupted them. And it's going to take them 15 minutes to get back into the zone. Don't do that, managers, ever. And if you talk to your colleagues and your friends and just explain to them what the meaning behind the orange cone is, they'll understand it. They do understand that you want to get work done. And then, like I said, mailing lists, unsubscribe. If there is important things coming through in a mailing list, I can always research that later. I don't need to be on the bleeding edge of technology. I don't need to know about every new little widget and thing that's come out and which our vendors are stocking. I'll find that out if necessary. Just unsubscribe. It's rabbit holes, trust me. Another click and all of a sudden you're doing R&D when it's not R&D time. And then the most important thing to me is planning your day the day before. So if I'm sitting idle and I'm wondering, I wonder what I should be doing now. I wonder what's next. Or I'm casually scrolling on my phone, going through my WhatsApps and my emails, I immediately catch myself and I tell myself, naughty boy, you haven't been done in your planning right. Your day hasn't been scheduled. And it's a massive, massive problem. I see it so many times with people just casually scrolling through their phones and looking bored and not actually knowing what to do next. And that's wrong. You should know exactly every half an hour what needs to happen in your life. So now I've eliminated all this noise, and what I've got all this extra time. What must I do now? So I've done my planning. Yes, it's a must. You watch the previous videos, right? It's crucial. Do your planning. Now do the fucking work. Only do the work in your plan. No need to do anything else except the work in your plan. Be totally honest with yourself and only work on the stuff that's in your plan. You planned, right? Now work the plan. Work the plan. You want that big vision. You've got that big vision with the big goals. Now you need to work it. You get big shit done by working the plan. Your mind maps, your brain dumps, your big visions. Be as detailed as possible and let that motivate you about where you want to go. And then you chop your day up into half an hour sections and you work the plan on a daily basis. No need to idly scroll through your Facebook feeds and your WhatsApp messages and things like that. There's a time for that, which you've planned for. Now you're going to work your plan with all the extra time that you have because you eliminated the noise. Now, you know that you get the big shit done by working the plan incessantly, non-stop, never losing focus, and over a long period of time. It takes consistency. Every day, work the plan. It is so important. And it takes time. The formula is effort, the amount of effort you put into something, times the amount of laser-like focus over a long period of time. That is the outcome that you're going to get. And effort and focus is a function of noise, which basically means the less effort that you put in due to noise, the more focus you have to put in because you had noise. And the more effort you put in and less focus because of noise, the more you'll have to put in more effort because you have less focus. These are just functions of noise. And if you eliminate noise, you can put in max effort, max noise, and work optimally. So just an example like that little bamboo seed, it probably needs to lay dormant underground for um, months and months before it even shoots. And then it probably takes 3 years before it starts growing properly into a proper bamboo cane. And it only reaches its peak growth power after 3 to 5 years when it shoots up into a 10-meter bamboo cane and it forms a forest. So, once again, this is all going to take time. And I think many people underestimate how long things take. And that I just want to give a quick example. I'm talking from my experience, things that I've experienced in my life. Um, the formula is effort times focus times time equals your outcome. And remember, the seed you plant today is the shade that you're going to sit under in years' time. And this has realistically been how long things have taken for me. And remember, I had no head start, I had no formal degree, no rich parents. I was lucky here and then. Yes, definitely, I've had rich friends that borrowed me money, but to start a business. But this is typically how long things will take because people underestimate how long things take. Seeing some results in the gym, typically 3 to 6 months. Looking ripped, typically 3 to 5 years in the gym. Starting a business and getting your first couple of clients typically takes you 3 to 6 months, going through all the paperwork, doing the marketing, getting the product developed, etc., getting something to sell. Drawing a salary, 3 to 5 years. No lies. No lies. That's how long it's going to take before you draw a salary. So be realistic and understand why you need to focus and have specific actions that you do every day without any noise. Showing a profit in a business, typically 5 to 10 years. You're in it for the long run. So be realistic. Eliminate the noise. Now, double this time if you have noise. Again, if you have no head start, this is what'll happen. Without focus and effort in the gym, 6 to 12 months before you start seeing the results. Looking ripped, 12 to 20 years. Double your time. Starting a business will take you 2 years to 4 years. And drawing a salary will take you 6 to 10 years. And showing a profit 10 to 20 years. So that's why it's so important to be able to focus and put the effort in without any noise because it halves your time. Now, here's a little tip that I received from Sam Evans. Imagine yourself. So let's start with this. In my head, some people say they don't hear any voices in their heads, but I do. And I've got two voices, a bitch voice and a boss voice. And the bitch voice is always trying to persuade me that hard work is not necessary, that another hour in bed is fine, that I don't have to do the work right now. And Sam Evans says he sees this bitch voice, this person, this negative Nancy, as a character in a game. And he says this character in this game, you are pulling this character strings. And you basically need to put this character through the ringer. So let's go to this slide. If you're in a game and you're playing a game and you need to beat the big bosses, so your character in the game needs to level up, right? And to beat those big bosses and become better, your character needs to suffer. He needs to upgrade his weaponry. He needs to go through certain um, fights and training and whatever. I don't know. I don't play games, but if I wanted to build a perfect character in a game that's going to beat all the big bosses, I'll make that character suffer. And basically, he says you need to take control of that character and make him go through hard things. And you are pulling that little character's string. So imagine yourself as this character and your boss voice as you controlling this little character. And you take control of this character. And if this character that's negative and is always moaning and complaining and saying that he doesn't want to get out of bed, you control that bastard. You take control of him. You kick him out of bed. You get him out of bed. And if you say you're going to go to gym and you're going to start training and he moans and he says, okay, I'll do 15 minutes. You make him do 45 and you literally talk to him. And he said, you little bastard, you're not listening to me. Now you're going to suffer and I'm going to make you suffer. And you're not going to waste my precious time. I'm sorry. You're here to do the work for me to be successful. I need you to work. I need you to work your fingers to the bone, and I do not care. And if you talk back, I'm going to make you suffer even more. I'm going to put you in pain, boy. And that's how you talk to this character, to this bitch voice. Make him do the work. And the effort you put in today will only manifest results in 6 months to 2 years. So accept that this is going to be hard. This is not going to be easy. You're not going to get results tomorrow. It's a fact. Things don't happen overnight. Good things don't happen overnight. This is not easy. That's why everyone isn't doing it. If life was easy, everyone would be rich, and if that motivates you, have big houses and big cars, and build school halls and pavilions named after them. Life is not easy. Just surviving, just having a roof over your head every day is a massive, massive accomplishment. Now imagine becoming rich and having everything that your heart desires, having the life that you dream about. Is not going to be easy. So you need to make your little character focus and push through and understand that the more difficult it is, the larger the rewards are going to be. You take control of your character, of your little bitch voice, and you make that bastard work. Do not be soft on him. Do not let off on him. Do not let him relax. He needs to do the work. And he is the person that's going to work on earth and get you what you deserve. You need to control him. So, here's an oxymoron, or what do you call it? I don't know. I'm going to say something totally the opposite. In nature, the fittest survive, and the fittest animals are the balanced animals, taking a lot of time and energy to catch prey and then rest, hunt, feed, and relax. And it's exactly the same in life. So if you want to recharge your decision battery, daydream, meditate, take short breaks every quarter if you can, like every 3 months. Get away if you can, or at least just get away from your work environment and take a short break. Ideally, I like to take 7 days every 3 months, which isn't always possible. Um, and I promise you, this is not wasting your time. This is how you get balance in life, and never push to the extremes for long periods. Work hard and relax. Get your mind off the work, because that's going to be like a page that you flip to a new chapter, and you get all these new ideas and new ways to tackle old problems. So this is how you recharge your decision battery. And I also just want to mention that um, daydreaming and meditating is a way to get hold of this little bitch character in your head, and tame that bitch character and plan for the future, and you taking control of your destiny, because you need to live in the future to an extent to know where you want to go, and then grab that future that you want and pull it into today, and make sure that you understand and visualize and know exactly where you want to go, and then grab that and pull it in today and start working on that. So this is just getting your goals right and clear, and get clarity in your head about where you're going. So what happens when you eliminate noise? Remember this peaks and trials thing? We want to make the peaks our new trials and eliminate the old trials. The old peaks need to become our new standards. So there's a Navy SEAL saying, or it's Navy SEALs, and I think it was an old Greek saying as well, that says, we don't rise to the level of our expectations of what we expect out of life. We fall to the levels of our training or our preparedness. So if we work at something, we prepared for whatever is coming our way, heading our way in life, the difficult, the hard things, those are the trials in our lives. And we need to make the trials our new highs, and that becomes our standard. So all that I'm saying here is um, the more that you eliminate noise, you'll start seeing that growth pattern happen in your life. But now you have the time to put the effort in and the focus in on doing the work that you need to do. And that's why eliminating noise is so important. And I mentioned this in our previous episodes, and repetition is a mother of learning. What Now that we have our daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual plans, what happens? We do the fucking work. We eliminate all distractions, social media, phone notifications, newspaper subscriptions, newsletter subscriptions, and we do the work. And get an orange cone if you're continuously interrupted, and tell everybody what the orange cone is all about. And if you work in a call center or customer services or retail or whatever, do the work at night or in the early mornings. Do the studying, do the prep, do the meeting preparation. Don't be an ABC, somebody that gets attendance-based compensation. You need to do discretionary work, the extra stuff, the after-hour stuff, the before-work stuff to get somewhere in life. And then you should have 3 goals: business, personal, and studies. And that works for me. What works for you? And then once again, just let's talk about multitasking. It's impossible to multitask. That's how you lose focus. Do not think you can multitask your way to your goals, because you cannot. Schedule out a block of time and do the work. No interruptions. Beware of those rabbit holes, the social media, the death scrolling, the TikToking for hours and hours and hours. I know I'm guilty of this. I was guilty of this. The email, the phone calls. And again, it's not true to tell people that you need to do work and they shouldn't interrupt you. They will understand. It literally takes 15 minutes to get back into the zone while you were doing you were in that working zone. Um, just talk to people. They'll understand. And just multitasking is a myth. Busy people don't get big things done. There's a difference between tactical and strategic work. Strategic work is the stuff that makes the big things happen. Tactical work is the work in the trenches, the maintenance work. It's like that um, famous Olympian that was the world rowing champion, and you always asked, will this make the boat go faster? The thing that I'm working on now, will this make the boat go faster? Is it just maintenance work, like painting the boat, or is it something that really makes the boat go faster, like um, changing the form of the boat or changing the form of the oar? That's just strategic things that make the big goals happen. And then this is how you supercharge your productivity. Eliminate all noise. Quit multitasking. Be prepared to be in it for the long run and understand that it's going to take time. Be consistent. Plan your days, your weeks, your months, your quarters, your years. Outsource all unnecessary chores. Simplify your daily choices, like what to wear and what to eat, etc. And one thing on the what to wear is, if you a girl or in the fashion design industry or whatever, just get an outfit for every day. Make it simple. You know what you're going to wear every day. It's already pre-planned. And then obviously be aggressively patient. It's something that Andy Frisella says often and often, over and over. And he means that um, be patient, but do something while you wait for the outcome that you're hoping for. And this is old Alex Hormozy, and he says patience isn't about waiting. It's about figuring out what to do in the meantime. And I agree with this. Um, while you wait for your outcome, figure out what you need to do to get there. So still continue doing the work, figuring out what you need to do in the meantime. And that's how we eliminate our noise, and that's how we work that plan and reap the rewards. below alcohol, I think noise is a thing that will totally jeopardize you reaching your goals in life. Alcohol and noise, those two. But the thing that you can work on immediately is noise. Let's work on the alcohol later. Don't get drunk. But work that plan, reap the rewards, and become the A player that we all know that you can be. This is so important. And that is the final episode of the Hunter's Mindset. Next, we're going to be talking about the Hunter's Body. Cheers.